Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new, my name is Arina, and if you're coming back, I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, I'll be swatching the Pinkflash matte contour powder and also shimmering highlighters. I'll be demoing them on each side of my face and also swatching them at the back of my hands or on my palms. So if you're curious or if you're interested, keep on watching. I have two shades from the matte contour powder and also two shades from the highlighter as well. I have done my base foundation and powdered my face, but I haven't set it with the setting spray. So let's just jump into the contour part. I also have a full dedicated review on the Pinkflash ohmyhoney blushers. I swatched and reviewed all shades, so if you want to see that, you can click up here. So this contour powder claims to contain squalane, which is a good anti-inflammatory and anti-aging properties in skincare. So first shade I'm going to swatch is S01 from the matte contour powder. First, let's swatch it on my palm because I feel like this shade will fade or will blend with my skin tone and you won't be able to see it. So this is what it looks like on my palm. So I feel like it is not fully matte. It has a slight sheen finish to it. For this shade, I'm going to use it as a bronzer and bronze the outer perimeters of my face. I have a medium skin tone and this shade does show up, as you can tell. I really like this shade actually. I love the fact that it is not too over pigmented. Even if I press my brush onto the powder, it doesn't deposit that many pigment, which means that you can build it up slowly. Now we have that, I'm going to move on to the next shade, which is S02. I'm going to swatch S02 beside the S01 shade. This is S02 shade. As you can see, it is not that dark compared to S01. I think this powder is hardly pressed onto the pan because first, it is not powdery, and even if I swatch it, it doesn't pick up that many pigment. So this is what it looks like on the pan side by side. On the pan, it looks pretty much, the swatches doesn't look the same as what you see on the pan. The color on the pan looks a lot more darker than when I swatch it. And this is the first shade, S01. Because it is not overly pigmented, I think I want to use it as my contour shade and just apply it beneath the bronzer or the first contour shade that I placed to add more shadow on the hollow of my cheeks. And then I'm going to use the S01 shade to contour my nose. S01 shade is a bit powdery compared to S02. So this is what the shades look on my cheek. This upper shade is S01 and this bottom shade is S02. I can see that the S02 one is a bit patchy. One, because it is a darker shade against my skin tone, and sometimes a dark contour shade can be a little bit hard to work with. Okay, I did go ahead and apply my powder blusher off camera, and then now let's move on to the shimmering highlighter from Pinkflash. I have two shades with me, H01, which is this yellowy gold shade, and H02, which unfortunately break when I receive it. So first, I'm swatching the H01. It's very pigmented on the finger, very nice, it's very smooth, and no visible glitters. So this is H01. This Pinkflash quality sometimes surprises me. And then the next shade is the H02. Also picks up nicely on the finger. This is H01, the yellowy highlighter. This is what it looks like side by side with the pan. And the more blinding one is the H02, which is this one. So on the right cheek, I'm going to apply the H01 with the gold undertone. And on the left cheek, I'm going to apply the shade H02, which has a more light gold undertone. And on my nose, I'm also going to apply the shade H01. Finishing the eye look with highlighting the inner corner of my eyes using the shade H02. And then with all that done, I'm going to set my face to melt down the powder. And while waiting for this setting spray to set, I'm going to formulate my first impression, and I'll be right back to give you guys my thoughts. They worth the money. You can get this for as low as RM3 in Shopee. Just search for the best price, and you actually don't really have to buy it directly from the Shopee Mall, because I asked the customer service from Shopee Mall, focallure Shopee Mall, and they said that they supply authentic product to their resellers, so all products are actually shipped from their warehouse. First of all is the matte contour shade. I really enjoy using the shade S01, which is this lighter shade. I enjoy using the shade S01, which is this lighter shade. Even though I swatch it on my palm, it has a sheen, but once I apply it on the cheek, it barely has any sheen. It is mostly matte, and also it is really easy to use. It is really easy to build it up, and if you have a lighter skin tone to me, you probably want to go with this shade. Blending wise, I would say that it takes a bit of work to blend. It's not as smooth as my other drugstore or high-end bronzer, because it is not too overly pigmented. That makes it easy for you to control the amount that you want to put on your face without over applying it. So for the shade S02, even though it looks dark on the pan, but actually this shade is workable on my skin tone. For this darker shade, I feel like it is a bit patchy. Take a bit more work to blend it out compared to shade S01, but I still can use this shade. When I swatch it, I feel like it has a bit of a red undertone to it. And also the shade S01 has a bit of kickback compared to shade S02. For the highlighters, both shades work on my skin tone surprisingly. This is shade 01 right here, and this is the shade H02 right here. Even though it looks yellow on the pan, it translated light gold on my skin and it doesn't look too yellow like the Fenty Trophy Wife. The shade H02, when they are on the cheeks, they look identical. If you are around my skin tone, you can choose any shades. And also if you have lighter skin, maybe the shade H02 is more suitable with you. But with a light hand, you can also use the shade H02 because it's translated lighter than what it looks like on the pan. And I hope this video is helpful for you. I appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel, because I do a lot of makeup review, makeup hauls, makeup tutorial, and makeup first impression. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye. Assalamualaikum.